Hi guys, good evening. Welcome to today's price action analysis video. This is the price action analysis of the 2nd of November 2022, and we will also see the important levels for the next day in this session. So let's start with Nifty now. It's a 5-minute chart of Nifty, and let us see how Nifty performed today. Now Nifty opened with this big red candle. Both Nifty and Bank Nifty actually opened with big red candles, but the most important thing here is that Nifty was taking support at the CPR. If you can see this wick, it's a very big wick, and this wick at the CPR is important. So let me tell you one thing here. Candlesticks are important to be observed only at important locations or important places on the chart. So if you miss out on the if you miss out considering the locations, then you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities, or you're going to enter into the wrong type of trades. See, usually what will happen is, after looking at this bigger candle, a red candle, people would want to jump into this candle immediately. But the problem with jumping into this big red candle is that there is a CPR right below it, and you can see this wick after which price made this, or the market made this green candle. This price action suggests that there were buyers at this point. So if you can see, this is the central pivot, and the central pivot was challenged here, and the buying came so strong that it went right through the resistance of the top CPR also. The top CPR was broken here as a support by the very first candle, and in the top central was broken here as a by the second candle as a resistance also. And then you could see a lot of volatility around this area. This price just kept going up and down, up and down, up and down around the same area, which is the CPR. And eventually you could see that the price made these wicks on the bottom. Whenever you see large or tall wicks on the bottom or the upside, you should know that there are strong buyers or sellers whichever side the wicks are on. So if you can see wicks on the bottom, then you will see that there are a lot of buyers here. So you should know that there is good buying support there. And you can see here that price was making these wicks lower and lower. So you can see these wicks. This wick is lower than this wick, the first wick, but still that first wick was not broken here. It was getting support here. See, this entire point, all this time it was getting support up until this red candle here, and that red candle also had not very convincingly closed outside. You can see this. So it had not closed outside this low that price had made here. So price was going down today in Nifty, but not with a lot of strength. So it came here, you could see this volatility, these up and down movements. Then there was some clear trend here, and again at the PDL the price took support, went up, and then it came down again. And you can see here that after this particular fall here, price here was trying to go up again by taking support at the PDL, because you can see that PDL yesterday we had seen a good bounce from the PDL. So price tried to make this kind of a reversal pattern again at this point. You can see that there is a pin bar here. So price tried to make this reversal pattern, but then again it found resistance at this level and it again fell. So you can see here that after this resistance was taken, price came down, got a small pullback, then again came down, but here it took support and went up again. But basically there was a lot of volatility towards the end also. So if you were to leave out this particular price action, there was no real trend in the market today, although Nifty opened here and closed here. So let's see where the open of the day was. It was around 18178.75, and the day has closed at 18072. That's about a 100-point fall. And if you were to consider the range of Nifty today, that is what range it traded in, it went 130 points. It suggests that this is a strong seller zone. Why? Because yesterday also we had seen that after price had made these strong green candles with higher lows, we had seen this particular price action here, which we can see a pin bar candle here with a long wick, and after that the price collapsed from there. Again the price took resistance from the same level. So basically what do you know here? Strong sellers are sitting at this level. Aggressive selling is happening at that level, and because of that aggressive selling, the price on back-to-back days tends to collapse. Now we had opened flat today. In fact, we opened slightly above the PDH, but SGX Nifty was indicating a flat opening today. But after this opening above the PDH, that opening did not sustain the price, came straight down to the CPR. It was a massive candle and it came down to the CPR, took support for a while here. So basically there was selling pressure here, but there was good buying pressure also. So I'm pretty sure that if once this selling is over, or whoever is placing orders at this level, once these people are finished placing their orders, price will go through this particular resistance. This is the only resistance that Nifty has at this current point. So as we can see here, the resistance is around 18,178, and this is an open is equal to high candle. So it's an important candle which we should mark, and we will go ahead and mark that candle in red. Open is equal to high candles are always important. So it's just about the range, about at the range of the previous day high. So if you can see the range here for the next day, it's a pretty wide range and you have a lot of spaces in between the CPR and the R1 and the CPR and the S1. So whenever you see such kind of price action on back-to-back days, where you can see that the price has gone up from here, then it came down, and then from this low the price broke down, but then that breakdown could not sustain. See here, this big red candle did go down below that level, but it could not sustain. Then again there was sharp buying from here, strong buying, and it came up. Now again, what do you see here? The same level acted as a strong supply zone like yesterday. Same level here at the previous day low, you can see this big red candle. Then the price came down further but could not sustain this fall. Again a strong green candle, and again the price went up from there. So basically Nifty, there's a tennis match going on here. Nifty is being pushed down from here and being supported from here, and that is a very tight price action here in my opinion. So let us go to the daily time frame and check now what kind of candles do we see on the daily time frame. Yes, see, the range of the candles is about the same here in both these candles. Now yesterday we had a green doji kind of a candle. Today we have a strong red candle with a wick on the bottom, and these wicks are around the same area. So these candles lows are around the same area. It's not exactly the same, but around the same area. But the important part is these wicks are big. So we do see buying support, and we obviously are on this particular trend as well. So we are in an uptrend basically. I had mentioned in yesterday's video itself that for a few days we might see candlesticks being formed like this and market going sideways, and then again there might be some support at the trend line that we have plotted here. So exactly that's what has happened today. The market has gone in a consolidation phase. So the market might spend 3 or 4 days there, or it might break out immediately as well. That remains to be seen. So let's go back to the 5-minute time frame now. You should ask yourself after every session, where are the buyers, where are the sellers? This question is very important. Obviously you can see that there are sellers here, and this buying is also coming in sharp. So you know that now the previous day high and the previous day low are very important levels. So these levels are going to be the most important levels for me into tomorrow's trading session. Anywhere around this area is where I will look to trade. And then immediately below it is also the S1 pivot. So if price were to break down from here, I'll be careful tomorrow, simply because this fall has been seen on 2 back-to-back days. So I do not think that if a red candle were to be formed here, then there is a shorting opportunity. I don't think so. I think that the market will stay within this range, either that, or I mean, it all depends on where it opens tomorrow. It depends on what SGX Nifty suggests us. But for tomorrow, the most important levels obviously will be the PDH PDL, and if it opens within the day's range, then it will be important to see whether it has an upward trend or not. If it has an upward trend, then there are a lot of sellers in this particular day itself. So there will be players who will be carrying short positions in tomorrow's market, and you can see that there have been after this pullback there has been another push, then again another push, then again the price went up, another push, and then price went up, and again another push. So here we can see a lot of volatility within this region, right? So when this range is broken tomorrow, if it opens outside here, if it is above the CPR, I would be interested in seeing if it goes and reaches the previous day high. Then a trade towards the PDH would be a good trade. And if it is opening below the CPR, I would be careful in this area. Around this area, I'll really be careful, because there might be a lot of volatility between the CPR and the PDL tomorrow. We are seeing a lot of positions being built within this tight range towards the end of the day, and that's what's going to happen is it's going to create a lot of volatility around this area, because a lot of traders will look to exit these positions or add to their positions, and all that will lead to a big volatile day tomorrow. So I feel if Nifty can only break out of this particular zone tomorrow, which is around the same level as the CPR tomorrow, then we might be able to see some good upside movement tomorrow. And if that happens, then there might be a short covering rally, because all these sellers who are active right now, who are holding positions, they will be looking to close their positions quickly, because then what is going to happen is if they are holding on to positions and market opens against them, and there's a good chance they are holding positions because of the expiry tomorrow. So if the market opens against their positions, then tomorrow there will be a good short covering. What are the levels that we need to mark apart from the one that we just marked in as a supply zone? We do not have a virgin CPR today, and there is an important level here where you can see that there is a support being taken. And if you can mark this level here, you can see this level, right? You can see that there is a support taken there by price, and after that support was broken here, then it has acted as resistance twice, and that level might be an important level tomorrow, but that is within the CPR itself. So since it is within the CPR, we don't need to mark that level to avoid any sort of confusion, because that level is going to be important only tomorrow in tomorrow's price action. If tomorrow that level is touched, or if it is not touched, even then the importance of that level will not hold in future price action. And we have a virgin CPR here, which we will extend forward because it is coming from the 1st of November, that is yesterday's session. And we have any other important levels right now? No, market is trending in a very tight range here, so we don't have any important levels apart from this particular gap that we have. So it's the only level that we have right now. It's the gap. So between the previous day low, that is today's low, and between the 31st October high, we have a gap here. Okay. So I think that will be all for levels in Nifty. Now we will go ahead and check what Bank Nifty did. So the moment Bank Nifty opened with this kind of a red candle and went through the CPR, one thing was for sure, that this level might never be touched again in today's price action. With experience, I can tell you that if the candlestick, or if the first candlestick opens above the CPR and goes right through the CPR in the first candle itself, then within that 5-minute session there are extreme selling pressure. There is extreme selling pressure in this first candle, and there are extremely strong sellers sitting on the top here. Now these sellers will defend their positions no matter what happens. These sellers will not let their positions or their SLs being taken out, because if their SLs are taken out, then they will have to run for cover, and then it will lead to a big rally upfront, so upwards. So if they are active in the very first candle, it is obvious that they will not allow the price action to reach the high of the first candle. And as you can see, the previous day also we had seen a big fall. Now today Bank Nifty did not reach the previous day high at all, but even before that Bank Nifty has fallen, and it's been a volatile day. It came down, then it kind of went up, again came down, and stabilized for a while, and then it kind of came down again, moved up, and then it stayed in a range for a long time, and basically that's where it closed also. So once it hit this level, around the S1 level, that level was never convincingly broken. So just below the PDL was the S1 level, and even if the PDL breaks, I always keep telling you that it is important to watch the S1 level, because price might not be able to break out of the S1 level, although you did see a breakout here in this candle, but it's not a very strong candlestick. And then there was a lot of price crunching here. You can see that the level is so tight, it kept trading within this tight range before it went up and closed here at this level. So whenever this happens, you should know that this particular level is important. And along with that, since the CPR is broken in the very first candle, if you're shorted here, then this is not a place to short, because then your SL will be very big. If your SL is this big, then you need a much bigger target, and it is very difficult for price to cover big targets. Better than that is to cover keep very small SLs. So it's best that if you can trade at around the central pivot range and you can keep your SL up top here, then your SL becomes much smaller, right? SL becomes much smaller, and then you can book your profit at the previous day low. That is the best place to book the profit. Previous day low, we yesterday had not seen any major support being taken or any major demand zone there, but still the previous day low and the previous day high, that is the previous day's range, is the most important range in the trading sessions. So then you can see here that price actually went up from this point, and after it took support after the very first candle, took support here, then it showed a lot of volatility around that region. So here it took support, here it took support, and then again after it was broken, the price action did show volatility. One, this candle, green candle, went up, came down here, and then again at the previous day low again we can see some volatility, and then here you can see that the price has been going in a particular range. So again in Bank Nifty also we do have a lot of open interest in the call side, on the call side. So if tomorrow we see that again in Bank Nifty, just like I said in Nifty, if tomorrow we see the CPR being broken and the price, if it starts trading above this close, then there is a chance that the price might start to trend to the upside, because then just like in Nifty we might see a short covering rally. So now what we will do is we'll go ahead and mark this level also as the PDH, that is the previous, that today's high, as the supply zone. And what else do we have here? We don't have a virgin CPR. Let's check on the 15-minute time frame. Do we need to mark any important levels here? I do not think that we need to mark any important levels here as such. We don't have any demand zone. And let's check on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame we can see two strong red candles. So basically Bank Nifty is kind of going on a very sideways kind of a range bound kind of a motion here. It's very tight, it's staying within this range. The range is somewhere between 41,000 and between 41,500. So within that 500 point range Bank Nifty is stuck right now, not really going anywhere. But I believe that this range could be broken in tomorrow's expiry, so we might expect a trending expiry tomorrow, but it all depends on how the market reacts to, how price reacts to Nifty's opening, and then it all depends on how Bank Nifty's trend is also. So basically it will all depend on where the opening is, and the opening will be affected by the SGX Nifty and the SGX Nifty will be affected by the American market. So we'll have to keep an eye on those markets as well overnight. So guys, I think that will be all for the price action analysis of Nifty and Bank Nifty. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, do let me know in the comment section below. Also, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I post a new video. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.